Now, people ask me this question all the time, so I figured it's time to answer this question once and for all with a simple demonstration. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and this is how to measure and properly align your bridge for your guitar or bass build. Now, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a pro guitar luthier. I am just a hobbyist, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned a lot of lessons. So, through a lot of trial and error, I found a way that works for me. Now, this isn't necessarily the way to do it. I'm just saying this is the way I do it, and it works pretty well. Now, in this demonstration, I'm going to be showing you how to do this on a jazz bass, simply because it happens to be the kit that I'm building at the time of this video. But this applies to both guitar and bass. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is find out the scale length of your neck. To do this, you're going to measure from the nut to the 12th fret and then double it. As you can see here, that distance on my neck is 17 inches, so double it and I've got a 34-inch scale neck. Next, use a straight edge and line it up with each side of the neck and draw a line as though the neck were continuing down the rest of the body. This is going to help you center the bridge with your neck. Then measure your scale length from the nut, in this case 34 inches, and mark between the other two lines you just drew. You should end up with a drawing similar to this. Now that line that you drew for your scale length is actually where you want your saddles to pinch your string. But because the exact position for proper intonation is going to vary from string to string, I like to adjust all my saddles so that they're about 2/3 to 3/4 of the entire length of the adjustment screw. I find more often than not that I end up pulling the strings back a bit for proper intonation, but just in case you need to move them forward a little bit for proper intonation, which does happen on occasion, you'll want to leave at least a little bit of space up there. Okay, now line up your bridge so that it's centered on the two parallel necklines, and so that the bridge saddles line up with that perpendicular scale length line. Mark where your screw holes are and drill pilot holes. Then screw down your bridge. That should place the bridge pretty close to where it needs to be for proper intonation. If you find that for proper intonation you're pulling your saddles way back, you can always cut your screws just a little bit shorter. And if you're finding you need to push the screws a little bit forward, you can always buy longer screws at your local hardware store. Now obviously you're still limited to the entire length of your bridge here, but if you're finding that you need to go beyond the max adjustment for your bridge, then you probably just need to unscrew your bridge and replace it. If that happens, don't worry about it. Just fill your holes with some wood filler and re-drill some new ones. I do find more often than not that your bridge will still cover up your screw holes, so no one's gonna see them anyway. And there you have it. Let me know in the comments what other guitar building tips you'd like to see, and then subscribe to my channel so that you can see them. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars. Thanks for watching.